What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another fresh commentary. Now, in The Legend of Korra, a lot of people believe that Korra uses firebending a bit too much, and I just want to go over that in this video. For one, firebending is known as the element of power, and Korra, being from the water tribe, being a master with waterbending being the first element she probably learned to master, and being surrounded by the waterbending art while she grew up, she probably likes to use firebending so much since it best describes her personality as fierce and tough, and also the fact that it's the opposite of waterbending, and has an offensive bending ability compared to waterbending, which is used as a defense, which was probably harder for her to learn, since everyone knows that the opposite element of theirs is the most difficult to learn. That's why Aang had such a tough time learning earthbending and got the hang of waterbending so easily. But throughout the first season of the show, Korra struggled to learn airbending, because airbending is described to be the element of peace and freedom, the most spiritually connected element compared to the other ones, and Korra wasn't very strong spiritually. She could hardly enter the spirit world. That's why I think she uses firebending so much, because it doesn't require a lot of thinking to use, and it's the easiest. Earthbending and waterbending, you need the elements present to control them, while air and fire, you can pull them from thin air. That's why when Korra is on the offensive, she uses fire, because unlike earth, she doesn't need to pull it from the ground, or water, she doesn't need to pull it from wherever water is present. That's why most avatars who know all four elements use air and fire, because it's the easiest to obtain out of nowhere to defend herself. So in a nutshell, Korra uses firebending so much because it's the easiest to obtain out of thin air. Also the fact that it's the opposite of her primary element, water. Even when Aang mastered earthbending, he used it so much because it was probably hard for him to learn. So when he finally got the hang of it, of course he's going to overuse it. He finally mastered it and wants to put those hard trainings into action. And the same thing applies for Korra. Not to mention the fact that in the first scene of The Legend of Korra, we was introduced to a Korra firebending. That was the first element she was using in the show, and it showed her practicing, training against other firebenders, so it was probably the toughest one for her to get the hang of. And so when she finally did get the hang of it, she overused it just like Aang did in the last Airbender show. I feel like fire represents Korra despite her always wearing waterbending clothes and her birthplace being the southern water tribe, because it's like she has the heart and spirit of a firebender, but on the outside she's a waterbender. Even in season 4 of The Legend of Korra, she started training again after she believed she was ready to get back on her feet after recovering for months. The first element she was bending was fire, and from what I see just by this scene again, trying to recreate the first scene of the show ever, firebending is just her favorite element to use. But yeah guys, this is pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing what I had to say. Comment down what you guys think. You think Korra overuses firebending because it's her favorite, or you just have something else in mind? Subscribe if you're new. I would love to see you around, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, stay blue.